How's it going, everyone? It's me, Vivi, and welcome to another Ratchet & Clank video. One thing I'm really happy about, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart seems to be getting big attention lately. We haven't witnessed something like this in a very long time. Even for previous entry standards, what I'm talking about is not simple trailer clips with this recent clip we got with first half of 2021 right at the bottom of the screen. I just showed this little clip for you to remind you that Rift Apart is planned for the first half of 2021, just to give you an idea. That's cool and all, but what I'm really referring to is the scale at which they're marketing Rift Apart right now. In reality, we have to face the facts, okay? This stems from the fact that the PlayStation 5 recently launched, and Sony is hyping up the console as much as possible. Currently, the PlayStation 5, it's low stock everywhere. If not, it's completely sold out. The fact that it's sold out means that Sony is doing their best to market the console. The last time I've seen big-scale advertisement of Ratchet & Clank was Tools of Destruction, because the PlayStation 3 was still considered brand new back then. Sony was hyping up their new generation console. This ad right here, Tools of Destruction, that's the only Ratchet & Clank ad I recall seeing on television. Whatever the reasoning is behind this marketing of Rift Apart, seeing big billboards posters of our iconic duo, it really does put a smile on our faces. But hey, keep in mind that this marketing is happening in mostly European, Asian regions. A few of these I showed in previous videos, right at the start of them. But to make your lives simpler, I'll just compile everything I've come across lately. The first instance of Rift Apart being showcased in its beautiful glory is in Dubai. This was posted on November 8th. This massive billboard was spotted on the side of the highway. Out of all places, Dubai. Even James Stevenson apparently had anticipated visiting Dubai, but due to lockdowns and 2020 as a whole, that trip was cancelled. His statement is as follows. Very cool. This was a response to a reply on Twitter. I was very much hoping to visit this year to promote the game, but alas, the pandemic. Hopefully, for a future game. James Stevenson would be Insomniac's community manager if you're ever curious. That last line of his. Subtle, aren't you, Mr. Stevenson? I mean, it could be for another IP for all we know. What's very cool here? Stevenson actively wanted to go there in person to promote Ratchet & Clank. Heck, this could be due to Sony acquiring Insomniac Games, and Ratchet now being considered a AAA being developed by a first-party studio such as Insomniac Games. Sony is willing to invest a lot more for Ratchet & Clank. Just seeing these billboards, they're acknowledging the fact that Ratchet is now a staple of PlayStation. Ratchet was also spotted in Saudi Arabia November 8th as well. There's a massive digital panel. It's the same picture we're all familiar with. It's because we haven't really gotten new footage for a while now. This is the latest footage of Ratchet & Clank, this wallpaper, this picture. They seem to rely on the preview that appears on the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation 5. There's a Ratchet mascot suit spotted at the NYSE. It's not really Rift Apart related, but the guy seems to be having the best time of his life. This was shared on November 12th. What's fantastic about this, Ratchet is used as the face of PlayStation. Now, what does NYSE stand for? You might be curious. It's the New York Stock Exchange, welcoming PlayStation and Sony for the launch of the PlayStation 5. Next up is Oxford Circus Tube Station in London. November 18th. This marketing was done for 48 hours. Why so limited? Well, because we don't want to end up with people getting lost with Lancaster Gate being rebranded to Ratchet & Clank Castergate. The person that saw this for the first time probably thought, Clank Caster? Did I just travel to another dimension? What is happening? On November 27th, PlayStation Germany shared a video of a mural being spray painted. This was done to market the PlayStation 5's catchphrase, "Play has no limits." And who do we see? Ratchet. This looks to be a mix of spray paint and hologram for nighttime, because I don't recall seeing any sort of spray paint doing this at night. Another one which comes with a bonus. Still, same wallpaper poster from the preview on the PlayStation 5. This one has rating of PEGI 7. Thanks to user 2002 Kuba, by the way, because my eyes can only see so much. There are two things I'd like to discuss here. 1. Is this a finalized rating, you might ask? Most likely not, but it's very likely that PEGI will stick to ages 7 and up. There appears to be text under PEGI 7, provisional. That term means it's possible that this rating can change, it's not finalized. According to the PEGI website, the publisher fills a form, a questionnaire, answering questions surrounding their game. With that being done, they send it to PEGI, where an automated system generates a provisional rating. Then PEGI admins manually re-evaluate the score, and they come up with a rating on their own. Either it remains the same or they decide to change it. There's basically a lot of back and forth between PEGI and PlayStation until it's made official. PEGI 7 has been the norm for Ratchet & Clank games ever since Deadlocked. During the PlayStation 2 era, it was 3 and up for Europe. Remember, PEGI is a European gaming rating system. PEGI 7 used to be known as PEGI 7 Plus. That's the old logo from like 10 years ago, not to get confused. If we compare PEGI 7 to the ESRB rating, its equivalent would be E10 and up. That's what we've seen on Ratchet & Clank titles for over a decade now, and I'm talking about North America. As for the PlayStation 2 games, yes, they were rated T for teen, but E10 and up was a thing that started in 2005 in North America, with Donkey Kong Jungle Beats being the first game with E10 and up as rating. Basically, rated T back then, I guess, was the closest thing to E10 and up. What might worry people, they might automatically compare the rating of the 2016 game and base their conclusion off of that, thinking that Rift Apart might suffer the same fate as the writing of that game. Because, oh look, it's the same rating, oh no. No, don't worry. For example, critically acclaimed title like A Crack in Time, let's say, had the same rating as the 2016 game. A rating we're all now used to, and people adored that game. Let's not get too hasty now. We don't know much of the game yet. So long story short, Rift Apart getting a rating in Europe means we should be getting closer to its release. Another thing you've probably seen on my Twitter, with the Game Awards happening tomorrow, rumors arise on 4chan. Yes, 4chan! Already we stop right there, because it's 4chan. Don't believe everything you read on there. According to this quote-unquote leak, Rift Apart is getting a release date tomorrow. The game is planned for February 12th, according to this listing on 4chan. Look, fake or not, there's one thing that could give weight to this. The Game Awards would be the last gaming event of 2020. Where thousands upon thousands of viewers will be tuning in. Revealing anything Rift Apart would be splendid, and pretty advantageous if you ask me. If a release date is revealed tomorrow, that would be 2 months prior to launch if we look at February 12th. I'm not saying to believe this date, I'm just stating the following. This would be the exact same scenario as Miles Morales, where that game got its release date 2 months prior to its release. But looking at the big picture of this 4chan post, 3 things that debunk this. Number 1, a tweet by Stealth. According to Jeff Keighley, there will be 12 to 15 main show reveals for the Game Awards, and none have leaked so far that he knows of. The show will run about 2.5 hours. If this tweet is true, that means Jeff is aware of that 4chan post, therefore debunked. Number 2, the thing about Kingdom Hearts at the bottom. Unless it's about Sora for Smash, the can of worms, well, Tetsuya Nomura said that Kingdom Hearts is going on a break, pretty much until the 20th anniversary. Anything major in terms of Kingdom Hearts reveals should be revealed in 2022. It could maybe be the rumored Disney Plus TV show, but who knows. But in terms of game reveals, like I just said, Tetsuya Nomura said not to expect anything because it's going on a break. 3. Scott Pilgrim The Complete Edition already got a release date, so yeah, you be the judge. So, for me personally, I deem this fake, because it's 4chan. Yes, fake leaks on 4chan outweigh the rest that turned out to be true. February honestly sounds too early if you ask me, even if we're looking at a 2-month gap. Heck, they might announce a release date tomorrow, but not for February. After all, if we take a look at the trailer that Jeff put together for the Game Awards, we can notice Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It could mean anything, it could mean nothing. I'm hoping Rift Apart comes out later because 2 reasons. Number 1, let's be realistic. The stock for the PlayStation 5 is terrible right now. People are having such a hard time getting their hands on the console. So by the time the game gets released, let's say March or April, Sony will hopefully have more consoles in stock. Number 2, Insomniac Games will have more time to polish the game. More time to develop the game? Why not? I have nothing against that. In the long run, more time for Rift Apart means the game will benefit from it. You know, a better game in the end, and I'm really not against that idea. So yeah, with that being said folks, this is it for the video. So as usual, if you have questions or anything of such sort, leave it all in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.